Hello everyone, I'm Wendell Jones and welcome to this edition of the program Jones and Company. On this program we examine national issues. In just about 2 weeks or so, this program will celebrate its 20th anniversary on radio. So for 52 weeks a year, for 20 years, we have been running issues of the day, and we have been running Jones and Company on radio. So television is a different thing, but so we are getting ready to have a celebration of Jones and Company on radio in 2 weeks. And on our program today, we have yet another interesting guest. We reserve the best guests for Jones and Company. And today on our program, we have the good pleasure of speaking with the new executive director of the Bahamas Agricultural Marine Institute, that's BAMSI, in North Andros. And she is Raveenia Roberts-Nanna, who apparently is well qualified according to this document that they gave me. She holds a PhD Biological Sciences from University of Newcastle in the United Kingdom, and she has a Master of Science with distinction in applied parasitology and medical entomology, or entomology, yes, from Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine in the United Kingdom. Godfrey Innes would like for me to say that she also went to the University of the West Indies, Mona, Jamaica, where she got a Bachelor of Science degree with honors in zoology and botany. And she also went to his alma mater, SAC, St. Augustine's College.
Well, before you get into details about...
I told you can say something.
Before you get into details about Dr. Hanna,
yes,
you need to tell your audience that I've been here these past 20 years.
Off and on. Off and on.
That's not fair.
Off and on for 20
not
years. You missed in total about 3 years because of vacations and casual leave and all that
Dr.
sort
Hanna,
of thing.
I can't bet.
Okay, about 3 years you missed. But we're going to give you an honor for your participation on Jones and Company. Is that good enough?
20 years. I could remember the first day.
Who was the first guest on the program?
Fred Mitchell.
Fred Mitchell?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
All right. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I went through with this young man here. But anyway, Dr. Hanna.
Yes, sir.
We're stealing some of your time.
Yeah.
So,
it's good to have you here today.
good to be here. Thank
And
you.
congratulations on your appointment.
Yes, thank you so much.
And you are extremely well qualified. Are you a teacher?
Yes, I did 12 years in academia, yes, sir.
Where did
Well,
you
actually
teach?
13.
Where did you teach for 13 years?
Well, I did 1 year at Newcastle in the UK.
You
and I
taught
did
at your
12.
university?
Yes, I did.
What did you teach?
I taught the general biology and an ecology class, believe it or not, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the 12 years at the College of the Bahamas.
12 years at the College of the Bahamas. Why didn't you apply for the job at the College of the Bahamas? That's a fair question.
That is a fair question, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the next round.
The next round.
But actually, there's not going to be a next round because I'll still be right here, so we're good.
With BAMSI.
Yes, yes. I think the Lord knew why I
Okay.
didn't because of this.
She's a prophecy lady.
Okay. Oh, you're a member of Church of God of Prophecy?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Which church you
East
attend?
Street.
East Street.
Mm-hmm.
The Tabernacle.
The Big Jumper Church.
The Big Jumper Church. Very good. The job of executive director of BAMSI, what does it entail?
Well, it's the day-to-day operations for the Institute. Right now, I'm really geared towards the opening, which is September 29th. So I'm focusing on that specifically, staffing, students, and the logistics.
Mm-hmm. And how many students you think you'd have there?
Well, you know, we put a cap at 50, but right now the enrollment, people are still calling, and there's still, there's a lot of buzz and excitement, so it might be over 50. Yes, sir.
Are you excited about it?
I am very excited, and I think that the country should be excited as well.
Why should the country be excited?
Because, you know, for too long we've been complaining that we're surrounded by all these waters and the land, and other people can come and take advantage and we're not. We have this untapped potential, and now that there's a political will to actually do so, I think we should really embrace that and again take agriculture and fisheries to the next level. So
And
now is the time.
50 is a small number of students. Are they all Bahamian?
Yes, sir.
Do you intend at any time to have students from outside the Bahamas?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, there's going to be an international cohort coming in January to do a short course in marine sciences, yes.
So you are the first executive director of BAMSI. What do you see BAMSI, what does BAMSI, in your opinion, what does it mean to the overall development of the Bahamas?
It means a fresh start, a new beginning. You know, for too often we've kind of boxed, I think, ourselves into this framework, and BAMSI is a chance to actually take it to the next level and really expand on that and really get that untapped potential.
When I saw BAMSI in North Andros, my mind went on Tuskegee, that institute in Alabama. I have a good friend by the name of Enos who took me to Tuskegee many years ago.
Right.
And is that, you're trying to have a kind of Tuskegee here in the Bahamas?
As long as Dr. Enos is a part of it, yes.
And-
But
and-
yes, the overall,
In that, in that
The
regard,
overall.
in that vein, yes.
Okay.
in that regard, I've been feeding her a lot of the educational philosophy of Booker T. Washington. And because, you know, he started Tuskegee, and he had many challenges. And it was a very difficult time for him. And he overcame those challenges. And Booker T has a saying, you know, success is not judged or evaluated by how high you achieve in life. Success is judged, in his opinion, by the obstacles you overcome. That's Booker T.
That's interesting.
Yes, the obstacles you overcome, right? And in order to, I felt that in order to encourage her, because we got a lot of naysayers out there, a lot of detractors, a lot of people who can tell you this can't work. This, you know, I felt part of my responsibility is to support her as best I could, not only in deeds but in thought.
Dr. Roberts-Nanna, you told me that you can trace your roots in Andros. What
Yes,
part of
sir.
Andros?
Stafford Creek.
Stafford Creek.
Yes, sir. My father was born and raised in Stafford Creek. And the clinic there is actually named after my grandmother, Natalie Saunders Roberts.
So you're going to be working home.
That's right. I'm going back home.
You're going back home.
It's a good fit.
It's a good fit, you
It's
say?
a good fit.
All right. Now, you know, with the BAMSI project, Bahamians have to come to understand what it is and the overall objective of it. Do you think that Bahamians understand what the government is seeking to achieve with BAMSI? Because obviously it would be your role to better explain it.
Right, yes. I think that we need to do a better job getting it out there because, like Dr. India said, there's so many detractors and naysayers that's kind of skewing the overall goal. But the overall goal really is to reduce, we have a food security problem, all right? And so BAMSI is going to be that impetus to get us to start thinking and start acting to prevent, well, where we are. When you have a country that has a food import bill of over 1 billion, that's a problem. And so we need to be able to be self-sufficient in whatever we can. And so again, it comes with the mindset. We do have to change a mindset. And so that didn't happen overnight. And so it's not going to happen overnight either, but we're going to, in small steps, in increments, and in different spheres, we're going to impact the whole society.
What do you say to the Bahamian who say to you that, listen, we are next door to the great United States of America. They have vast agricultural land and they have the resources to produce food for this part of the world, for the Americas almost. Certainly, the Bahamas has been importing the vast amount of food, either from the United States or through the United States, and they say it can be even cheaper if you were able to access it from the United States. And Bamsi is unnecessary at this time. What do you say to that Bahamian who is speaking to you in that cynical kind of way?
Well, on two fronts. Right now in the U.S., they're having a problem now with the agricultural system in some regards, as it relates to the bad weather and different things like that. So they're having an issue on their own. God forbid we have another 9/11. You know, what will happen then when the ports are closed? We can't depend on U.S. anymore, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to literally go outside and see what we can do. So why wait for that to happen? Let's prevent it.
Bamsi itself cannot fulfill the need of providing food security for the Bahamas. You would need to engage farmers and people in the agricultural and marine resources industries throughout the Bahamas.
Yes, sir.
How do you get them, the farmer in Cat Island and Eleuthera and Auckland and Crooked Island and Mayaguana and places such, to be more productive? Because Bamsi has a certain acreage, but you wouldn't be able to supply the food for the Bahamas. How do you imbue these people with the enthusiasm that they ought to be participants as well?
Right. Well, we have an associated farmers partnership, so we actually would engage the farmers, train them, educate them, come in and assist so that they can actually do replicates. What we do in North Andros can be duplicated on the different family islands. That way we have a wider reach, and we really would be reaching the entire Bahamas.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dr. Anna, Mr. Jones asked you about the reception.
Right.
Tell him for me what kind of reception you feel from prospective students and the age range.
Well, so far our age range ranges from 17 to 50. Just about 2 days ago, I had a student, he was 31, and he was prepared to resign from his job because he said that this was his lifelong dream, but there wasn't an avenue for him to pursue it. And so he's fully embracing this opportunity to actually be a part of Bamsi. I had another student that came with his parent, his mother, and both of them were very excited about this opportunity and this chance to really, get a skill and be an entrepreneur and be, a productive citizen. So, I get calls as well, inquiries and everything, and people are really excited about it. So, if you had asked me 10 years ago, I would have said, really? But now, people are interested, the young, the old, and the in-between, and what I like to say is that there's a place for Bamsi for everybody.
A place for
A place at Bamsi for everyone.
What do you mean by that?
Whatever your skill set, we have a place for you. Whether you want to be a part of our certificate program, a diploma or associate programs, we're also going to offer short courses. You can have a weekend garden club getaway. You can even do a weekend short course in land crabs where you get a nice one-on-one class on crab catching, all that stuff. So you don't necessarily need the academic part of it. We have those that just, we have programs that are available for those who just have the interest in it as well.
When you see the criticism from UTEB, from the College of the Bahamas, about what Bamsi, or the relationship between Bamsi and the College of the Bahamas, what do you say? Because they claim now that the agreement is not yet well structured between the College of the Bahamas and Bamsi.
Bamsi has a plan, and yes, we are we are in talks and discussions, and we have partnership with the College of the Bahamas. Yes. So
Okay, I know this is a controversial issue, and perhaps my good friend would like to chime in here.
Yes,
But
I think so.
the argument is that you have agreements with the University of Miami. You have an agreement with Florida, University of Florida, and some professors were on another program here recently. And the College of the Bahamas faculty, the Union of Tertiary Education, I think, they are complaining that, well, you have agreements with these institutions in Florida, but you don't have an agreement with the College of the Bahamas, Mr. Enius.
Mr. Jones,
Yes, sir.
I really don't want to get into the details, but I'll say this much. We were instructed from day one to develop a cooperative relationship with the college. That was our instructions from the Prime Minister of the Bahamas. And he wanted us to work with them in developing this institution. Now, some people, Mr. Jones, are a little put out by the fact that the Bahamas Agriculture Marine Science Institute was not developed through them. That's a problem for some people, right? It was developed independently of the College of the Bahamas and of the Ministry of Agriculture. The Prime Minister took his own route to establish the institute. I say no more.
Well, you got to say more than that,
No,
but
I
because
say no
who is responsible, really, Madam Executive Director, for the development of the curriculum for BAMSI? I'm sure you're going to have a curriculum for the academic side.
Yes, sir.
Who is responsible for that, and how would you interface with the College of the Bahamas on curriculum development?
Well, we have been interfacing with them on curriculum development, so I'm not really sure why such a statement was released. So obviously there's some misinformation out there.
So misinformation. So credits from the College of the Bahamas can be accepted at BAMSI, or BAMSI's credit can be accepted at the College of the Bahamas?
Yes, sir.
Is that a formalized arrangement?
That was the understanding from day one. I don't, anyway, I don't want to get into that, right? I don't know where these, all of a sudden, right, this vendetta has emerged. That's what it is. This attempt to derail the institute. Yes, it's an attempt to derail it.
Okay.
All right. And we recognize that.
And this is an attempt by some faculty members of COB?
There are some sources in there to derail with our efforts.
Okay. Your credits are going to be accepted outside the country, University of Miami, University of Florida?
Yes.
Yes?
Sir. As well as Case in Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Case in Jamaica.
Tuskegee in Alabama.
You, the executive director, where is the faculty of BAMSI coming from? Where are they going to be?
Well, we have a mix because our students really need to be, they need to have that diversity. So we have our own homegrown people, as well as we have expertise coming in from Jamaica, from Florida, even the UK. As a matter of fact, a colleague of mine who's in Greece had heard about BAMSI, and he's inquiring as well as to how he can be a part of it. So we have a diverse faculty.
Okay. When we return, I'm going to talk about rooming and boarding at BAMSI and how that is coming. Let's take this break here on the program. The new executive director of BAMSI, Raveenia Roberts-Nanna, Dr. Raveenia Roberts-Nanna, our guest on the program. We'll come right back.